I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, After Buzzers. Welcome to the Married to Medicine LA After Show. We are so excited to be back. I'm your host, Devontae, and tonight we are talking about Season 2, Episode 7 of Married to Medicine LA, straight out of Beverly Hills. But before we hop into the drama, I have to introduce my lovely co-panelist, Miss Regina. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Aaron. Hey, everybody. Getting better, honey, like fine wine.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the tea that I know you have to spill today.
Yes, got that news.
Period. And then we have our resident royalty, Miss QueenEsther.
Hi, everybody. Oh my God, I missed you guys last week. I missed you guys so much.
Yes.
It's so nice to be back, and I'm excited. I can't believe it's already episode 7. That is crazy to me.
We are moving.
Time just flies so fast, but I'm excited to talk about this season. This episode, it's super fun.
Yes. Now, before we dissect it as it should be, can I get your overall thoughts for the episode, starting with you, QueenEsther?
Emotional. I believe I had already predicted a divorce on the very first episode. So I feel like I am magical, like I just, so, but really, I think very real. I think that's the word. This episode was very, very real, and I was really happy to see that. Happy but sad in terms of a human feeling, but happy to see the realness of this episode.
Yes, you did predict that. I may need you to read my palms later.
I'm available, free of charge, just for you.
Oh, I love a discount. Now, Regina, how did you feel about this week's episode?
I kind of agree with Esther. I really love this episode. I felt the sisterhood getting stronger and stronger, the bonding. And I just think that, there's some sad aspects, of course, with Dr. Imani and that whole revelation. But of course, it's nothing that we had predicted in previous weeks because the handwriting was on the wall. So, the show must go on, right?
Period. I agree completely. And, while we're on the topic of what's real and what's sad, we would also like to take a minute to extend our love, our hope, and our prayers to everyone that is out there fighting the cause for the Black Lives Matter movement. Media coverage may have shifted a little bit, but that does not mean that the narrative has changed at all.
Nope.
There are still people out there being oppressed. There is still systemic oppression and racism. And we just want you to know that we are with you. We stand with you. We feel the pain, and that not only are we here to provide entertainment, but we're here to provide you with the news, what's real.
Yes.
Regina, Esther, do you have any more information or love that you want to give to the people before we start?
I mean, you said it so well. The fight still continues. We still love each other. We're still supporting each other, and we are going to get through this. And that's all we can do. Day by day, we'll get through this, all of us. As a team, one person cannot do this. We all have to do it together. As long as we are all together and we have the same mindset, we'll succeed.
Well, and I'm glad you said that. Of course, we're not all going to have the same mindset, but we definitely need to have the same goal. And I don't have to say what that goal is. We definitely are looking for change. And in saying that, I just want people to keep in mind, especially the protesters, and the organizations like Black Lives Matter, NAACP, Urban League, Southern Christian Leadership Conference, you name it, Congress, whomever.
All right now.
We must keep in mind that there's an election coming up, and that's the big change maker. So we all need to keep emphasizing that by making sure we got everything we need to have to be able to vote and not have our vote taken away from us for any frivolous reason. So please, if you have not registered to vote, young people, please get out there and vote because a change is coming. You're doing great, but we can do greater by going to that poll election day or mailing in that ballot and making that change.
All right.
So,
come on, birthday girl, preach a word.
amen.
Amen. So we start this week's episode picking up from where we left off last episode with Dr. Britten and Dr. Imani. Dr. Imani having a bit of a breakdown in her kitchen and revealing a bit of sad news. Regina, what were your thoughts?
We knew it was coming. I mean, the guy has been, her husband, Phil, has been a, WOL, as they say, or missing in action.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
Wait, what is WL? Hold on, let me think about that. Thank you for referencing that. I might see you for this WL. What's that?
Absent without leave. Like, you didn't get permission, but in a way, I guess he did, because she encouraged him to go ahead and pursue his goal or dream of opening up his business. But at the same time, I'm sure she was very instrumental in helping him establish himself to the point where he could get that business, whether she was helping him financially, emotional support as a spouse will do or not. And so I don't know, for him to just walk out like that and abandon her and not be available to her emotionally tells me that even before he left, there was a breakdown somewhere. But of course, I cannot speculate, because guess what? It takes two to tango. And in any relationship or marriage, it's about those two people. And we as outsiders, we don't know what's going on in the inside, So it's always two sides of the story. But, I feel for her, and I'm just hoping that women, as we are women, equipped with being nurturers and empathetic beings and resilient, that they will all come together and put any kind of petty mess they had in the past, throw it to the curb, and embrace your sister and help her get through this storm, because she's going to need you to lean on.
And I think that that's what Dr. Imani was hinting at when she was talking to Dr. Britten, when Dr. Britten was like, are you going to let the girls in? And, I agree with Dr. Imani. I'm not about to put info on display for y'all to get at the table and kiki on it. This is not a cute kiki moment. So I completely understand. QueenEsther, what did you think watching this scene?
Well, as I mentioned from the very first beginning, that it was definitely emotional. As a woman, I can understand her feeling, but as Regina said, there's two sides to the story. First of all, we're married. Why are you leaving the house to another state to go open a business? What is it about that state that you're gonna make money that you can't make money where we're living right now? If you're moving to someone else to go open a business, we're all moving up together. All of us. We're married. I did not get married to be living separate lives. I might as well be extremely single, okay? Secondly, we're married. I only need 2 weeks is the maximum number of time or days or weeks that we need to be away from each other. So you must have agreed for him to leave and go to a different state and you guys live separate lives. There was no arrangement of like, okay, babe, you want to go open a business? Wonderful. All right, how are we going to see each other? A week interval? Are you flying in? Am I flying out? We have a son to raise. You cannot be away for so long. So did they have that conversation? Who knows? And she was not even willing to also travel to go see him. So I cannot really 100% blame him, because she has her own faults also. Now, as a woman, I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, that hurts. But what did you do also to make changes? What did you do to be able to fix the problem in your marriage? Well, but also, as every reality TV show, whenever they start, that there's always one that we already know that already like one leg into the divorce family line. So we already, so they're okay, you know what? Why don't you just show your face? Let's get this show, get my coins, and then we get a divorce, and then like juices, and then a storyline, voila, and you're like the most popular one on the show. So there is 2-3 ways to the story. Happening. They're all winning somehow. Well, he's out there doing his business. She's out here making her own money. But I feel bad for her because as a strong woman that she is, I feel bad. You definitely want that you want that love, you want all of that. But what did you do to fix that marriage? Like, did you guys do any kind of counseling? Like what?
Right. Were all possibilities exhausted before we just called it quits?
Exactly. Yeah. I think people are so fast to just put in like the whole D word so fast. It's just like, okay, just get on the show and I'll just have a divorce. It is what it is.
Okay, for the storyline breakdown. Let me find out you in the writer's room.
She just wrote a biography of
That's how the whole show goes. Like, just get on the show. Let me get my coins, get my name famous, and then
now.
Thank you.
I hope that release was good for you. I hope that release was good for you.
Thank you.
All right, good.
Thank you.
So, I mean, I love this moment for Dr. Imani, even though it may be at her expense, because it was such a real moment, and it was necessary because you cannot handle all of that weight by yourself. I can't imagine being in a relationship with another person and then now exiting it by yourself. And then to have to, she has to explain to Idris that his stepfather, who he knows as his father, is no longer going to be a part of his life. Now, what bothered me is when Dr. Imani said that Phil told her he was not coming back to LA, so if she could just pack his stuff up and send it to him.
That was wrong.
Sir, the sheer audacity. The way I will pull a waiting to exhale, put your stuff in this car, kerosene,
burn everything
on fire.
Please call me. Call me. Let me help you out. Call me. I will be
now. Some burning embers.
Right.
All right.
The burning party.
Blow that stuff on out.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
That's not being
he was already
that's not being a real man to me. A real man is going
he was checked out.
You've been married to her for 6 years. So a real man is going to own up to it. Not saying everything is his fault or her fault. Like I said, it takes two. But he's the one that's out of town. And you know what? I'm not about to spend a red cent on packing your stuff up, honey. If you want your stuff, then here's the date and time. You better get here to get it. Because otherwise, bye.
It's looking like a yard sale.
You're not going to see it anymore.
Like,
burn that thing up.
I was so turned off by that. But, I really wholeheartedly believe that Dr. Imani is the strong Black female that she gives off and that she will make it through this. I just hope that the other girls follow suit and provide her with the correct emotional support. And
of course.
But she got this.
We know too now. She's got abandonment issues from her father.
Yeah.
We know that she is taking antidepressants. She's had treatment herself. And she herself has told us that there are times when she is just not that strong Black woman or strong woman, period.
I mean, and not all strong all the time.
So, you know what? My point is what I want to make here is that it's okay to have a moment. You're going to have your moments. Be human. Cry it out. Curse. Do what you got to do to get through the situation. Don't ignore your pain, but just come about it and expressing it in a healthy way. Not a way that's going to be destructive to you or anyone else, because you have a child. And so you got to be strong for your child as well as yourself. Who else does he have to lean on? Her mother's there trying to give her the support that she needs. But, you got to keep it together. And one thing I want to say about her husband is she needs to step up and say, listen, you owe me that much to come to my face, to come back in our house and collect your stuff like a man.
At minimum.
You owe an explanation of some sort to my child. So let's both of us get on the right page and decide how we are going to tell our, well, it was like his son. He had been in the little boy's life since he was 2 years old.
That's his
You
child.
know? So you can't just walk out of this kid's life by disappearing.
Yeah.
Which is what he's done.
That's the only part where it's literally the only part where I feel like he's less of a man for not taking that step to say, you know what, let's have this talk with the son. His clothes things, I'm just like, you're just being stupid. The clothes, whatever, but it is what it is. But the son, that conversation needs to be had. You know, like you guys actually need to sit down and talk about it. But I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Coming. Yeah.
Right. So moving on to something else that was slightly lighter, Shanique's birthday party at the ranch. Yes. So
fun.
Robert pulled up and showed out for his baby Shanique, and I like to think that she had a pretty good time. But what is a Bravo reality show without a birthday party and some drama?
Of course. It would not be the same.
Right. Can we talk about Jazmine taking the bread off Dr. Kendra's plate, the cornbread off Dr. Kendra's plate because she's on a diet?
Let me tell you.
About that.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. QueenEsther, what's on your mind?
I would have died. First of all, I'm a Black girl and I'm an African girl. We like our food. How dare you? How dare you touch my food? Do you see how delicious cornbread is? And then you will add ice cream on the side.
All right, talk dirty to me.
I would literally flip a table. I would be the Real Housewife of whatever show that I will flip a table if you touch my food. I just think, okay, on the real side, let me stop my drama. On the real side, I understand. I get the whole diet part of it. I understand, you know, but I think the way it was done was very rude. I think she should have let her enjoy her food. We all have cheat days. I mean, lose weight or so, we have cheat days. Just let her enjoy, but let her work extra hard for that cornbread. You know what I mean?
Right. Make it
that
up.
was quite embarrassing for her to just come and just like take that from her plate. I'm like, look, I'm a grown woman. You don't talk to me like that. You don't do things like that. You know?
Very condescending.
Very, very. So I think she should just like, you know what? I'll let you have it, but you know what? You're gonna work 2 hours extra for that cornbread that you just did, so that way. That next time she sees, any kind of carbs or so, she's like, you know what? Do I want to work extra 2 hours or do I just want to let this go? You know what I mean? So I think it was just done very, very rudely. But like, girl, I would flip the table.
I think too.
Go ahead, Regina.
You know, you got to take baby steps. You can't expect somebody to have an extremely 180, do a 180 overnight.
Cold turkey,
with their diet. You gotta like ease them into it and give them positive reinforcement, because you might have snatched their cornbread, but then when she got home, she might have cooked her some.
That's not your wig.
So there's cornbread anyway. So that is not, to me, the most effective way to do that.
Yeah.
She could have even said, hey, why don't you have half of this?
Yeah.
Right. And maybe text her.
Maybe
text her. You don't have to put it on display. Yeah, let's not do this in a condescending, tasteless, tacky way, but it was too late for that. But Jazmine was on one throughout the whole night, because we also saw that when Leah cackled, Jazmine was quick to get up under there and let her know what it is. So how do you guys feel about this short, long-standing feud between Leah and Jazmine? Starting with QueenEsther.
It's so childish. They're just kids. I'm like, get over it. You guys are grown women. Like, seriously? Right. I think that just like Kendra did for Leah and Shanique, just making them have that woman-to-woman conversation and just like heart-to-heart. Let's look at me. Let me look at you. Let's talk. What is the real problem? I think if one of the girls can get them to do that, I honestly feel like they'll probably be good friends, that they'll actually enjoy each other's company. Now that we're trying to get to know, Leah is not too bad. I still don't love her. Yeah. Yes, I like her a little bit. You know, just
I like her too.
just a little, you know how we thought about her from like the whole like first
right,
you know, like
right,
just warming up to me just a little bit. But I think you just need to have a woman-to-woman conversation. However, if they're all kumbaya, then we'll not have a show. Let's just get real.
Let's
we
bring
have
it
to
back
have
to
someone,
the
basis. So I think they're still doing that, just have a storyline. And honestly, Leah needs a good storyline because she doesn't really have any, to be very honest.
That's true.
So I think the feud is keeping her on the show a little bit longer until she can find something that will become real and have her own identity. Because Jazmine is already creating that for herself. Jazmine is like for that for her, but Leah needs to like get that. Yeah.
Regina, thoughts?
She pretty much laid it out there. So, but I do have some news when we get to it that will kind of bring a lot of what we've been talking about and been sort of in the dark about to light.
Yeah. All right. Well,
you are hyping this up, girl.
I know it's gonna be moist, real tender and juicy, just the way we like it. Now, speaking of tender and juicy, we finally see that Dr. Kendra had a Hobart sit down to explain that she went on an interview for a full-time position. And baby, when I say that is not the way love goes, Janet Jackson voice, I was so disappointed in Hobart. Like, I could not believe that he was so unsupportive and refusing to understand Dr. Kendra's perspective. Like, it wasn't even a TV moment. It was just an ugly moment for Hobart. I was completely turned off, and I felt for Dr. Kendra completely. Regina, birthday girl, talk to me.
I felt like he was being a chauvinist. He was going old school on her, like back years ago, where, you know, the wife had to stay at home and raise the kids. I mean, he's a medical professional, so I can understand that he knows the benefits of having a mother at home with their child, nursing them.
Right, but they both are.
Nutritional aspects of having her there in those early formative years. But I mean, they agreed together that she was not going to work for 6 months.
Yeah.
So if they can't make an agreement together that they can both live with, they're going to be in trouble.
Okay, now one thing before I go to QueenEsther, are you sure that they agreed together, or based off what we saw at the restaurant, do you think she kind of submitted because his views are so strong about it? Do you feel like she? Go ahead. No, speak your piece.
Roll her neck and believe me,
we saw her episode 1. We saw her episode 1.
She know how to put him in his place.
I don't know.
She is a very strong-willed woman. And when she gets to the point, we just seeing her being nice right now.
But you know what? It reminds me of Kenya and Mark Daly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya is the girl that she does not hold her tongue when it comes to these other castmates, but when it comes to her man, she's Ken. So it's like, I'm thinking Dr. Kendra, so maybe it's like, okay, babe, just because I don't want us to have tension in our household, I'll submit to the 6 months. I'm a working woman. And like she said, that's a part of her identity. So I don't know if she willingly gave into that 6-month time period, or if she just submitted for the sake of being the matriarch of the house.
But I just don't see the comparison with Mark and Hobart.
Oh no, Mark is trash. Hobart is not the same. I just needed like comparison for the women. The men, too different. But QueenEsther, what are you thinking?
So, you guys are not gonna like me. You guys ready for this? Okay, so remember Shanique and her husband when he told her to get a plan and let him know. Yeah. Remember what I told you guys? That you guys need to look at both sides, and that he's, didn't she come together and have everything together? This is exactly what it is. So I get the way he spoke to her, absolutely honest. As a strong woman, I would not want any man to speak to me that way. I get it. But I also get his point. You are a new mom. Being a mom is not easy. Like, that is hard work. Of course, I have not pushed any, but I have a lot of friends. I have a goddaughter. But being a mom is not easy. So for her to want to rush back to work so fast, like, actually a first mom, I think he's just trying to get her to like, look, just take a little break, do at least 3 months, and then go back slowly instead of doing like a full-time job. Because being easy also.
I think she froze.
Roles.
Oh.
There she goes.
Oh, that. Yeah. So those are like really two difficult roles. So I feel like they need to be a compromise, happening. And he's just trying to get her to compromise. That's really it. But she is not listening to the compromise. She's not trying to compromise. And it could also be because this job is a great opportunity for her.
Absolutely.
It's probably like, look, the coins is good, the hospital is good, the team is good. If I lose on this, then I might not get this again. If that's the case, then she should point it out that way. And as a reasonable man that I think that he is, he would definitely understand, okay, fine, this is what it is, but let's get extra help. I don't understand why people don't get help anymore. Look, when I was a child back in Africa, we had help. We had nannies to help us,
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Just get a nanny. You both have the money. It's not saying you don't have the money. You know what I mean? Like, you have the money. Get the extra help. Your mom is there. I just feel that you just need to have a really good communication. However, don't let that husband fool you, because that man looks like chilled and really cool. That man is a strong man. Like, don't let his face fool you. That man is a strong man. But I feel like she just needs to go in with a plan. Fine, I want to work full time, but what are we going to do to make sure that our child does not suffer and that I don't have to come back home tired and then, have a bad attitude, like he said, which was wrong. That was very insultive, what he said. He probably has a point because that's his wife and he knows how she is,
Absolutely. I mean, relationships and marriage is all about compromise, and hopefully they can get that together. Now, before
I still love them together.
Yeah, they're super cute.
I love them together.
Super cute. Before we head on to news, I want to talk about how Stella got her groove back, aka Dr. Britten, with Mack. It was quite the sight to see. I mean, we don't even have to stay here too long because it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's about, I feel like
time.
Finally.
It's about time. Show what your mother do. Yeah, go Whitney.
We can tell what part of the episode Esther really.
Yes, I was like, okay, what do you want? Get the whip out.
Time to get some news so we can cool
Yes.
Okay, the news.
Yes, Regina, talk to us. Give us the tea.
Go, girl.
I was hot for her. I was like, get out the room, people. Right, I want that sexy man over here. Okay, sorry.
Get to the news,
go ahead.
Girl. Cool on, girl. All right, so people have been wondering, fans of the show have been wondering online, why did Dr. Imani's husband, Phil, decide to open up his business in Oklahoma?
Ooh.
So,
tell me.
Big secret has been revealed. That is where he is from. So he went back home to his people.
Oh.
Yeah. He's from Oklahoma. And so that's where he wanted to start his business, work on his business with Dr. Imani's blessing early on in your marriage, and she supported it and everything. But then she said, as time went on, things got tougher and tougher, and the visits were not, were few and far between. And so, of course, now we see where they are on the verge of getting divorced. So that really makes you wonder. Now it all makes sense why he could go to Oklahoma and stay there and not even feel inclined to come back and visit his family in LA, his wife and his stepson. And the other thing was that he expressed no interest at all in coming back to see her or the son. And that's why he told her to pack up his stuff and ship it to him. So, in other words, leave her with the bill. So, yeah.
All right,
So,
get the kerosene, Esther. Get the kerosene.
But it makes you wonder, and I'm going to ask you guys this. Based on the fact that he started this business in Oklahoma,
I feel like I know
do
what
you
you're
think he already had ulterior motives and maybe he has somebody in Oklahoma?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Vogue.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Stop. We done. Sorry. Continue. We're being too much today.
Yeah. So basically, that's the $1 million question is, you know, did he already plan this whole thing? And then, you know.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Obviously, he's got somebody in Oklahoma. And I think when we get to predictions, because we, you know, that's pretty much my news, because I know we're kind of short on time.
Yeah.
But hey, I think some more dirt is about to be revealed in that whole relationship, divorce, separation thing.
I have my predictions. Let me
right,
know when you're ready to hear it.
It's time for predictions, ladies and gentlemen, starting with the lovely Queen Esther.
Okay.
All right, Esther. All right.
First of all, fans, I do not derive joy in saying this. Please understand this. I am a lover. I love love and I love family. But I have to be real because I see what's out there. And as Eric, as you know, I'm very magical. In the next 2 to 3 episodes, there will be a revelation of a girlfriend telling you she's gonna find out that he's been cheating on her, and she's gonna find out which woman it is.
And we're going to Oklahoma to fight.
Yep. Next 2 to 3 episodes, we'll see it. I'll be waiting. June 22nd. I'll be waiting.
He better decide any earrings for.
You sure? Because they clip off real quick.
Hold up.
Nothing for.
Hold up.
Okay.
You know, seriously, the way he
let me know when you're ready.
So,
Regina, what are your predictions for the upcoming episodes?
Okay. So my prediction is yes, of course. There is a third party, because when you spend that much time away from your wife and you a man, honey, you doing something.
You getting it from somewhere.
You doing something.
Right.
So I think that's going to be the big revelation. And I won't even be surprised if he has a second family.
That would be too steamy. That would be too much. That would be too much.
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not, because
I hope not.
That would break her.
That's a lot.
Break her a lot more. It's one thing for him to have another woman, but to have a whole family, that would break. And I hope that that's not, because that's just too painful. Too painful.
So what does our male perspective say?
Yes.
I mean, I agree. I do think that in terms of how the other castmates are going to receive her and support her, I think it's going to be positive. We got to see a bit in the preview that Shanique was embracing her, and I think that the other girls will follow suit. I'm definitely feeling that there's going to be some tensions between Dr. Kendra and Jazmine, because you cannot, while I did ask you for help for my health and fitness, I don't like to be embarrassed publicly. And I think that there are ways, and Jazmine hasn't necessarily mastered those ways. So I can definitely see that coming to a head. And, you know, I'm expecting more from Leah as time goes on, because she's kind of growing on me. And, you know, slowly but surely, I think that we'll be getting a lot more from Leah, and I'm excited to see it.
Can I just add that I feel like Jazmine is going to be a great support system to Imani.
That would be great. That'd be a great tie.
The women are going to rise to the level of, you know what I'm saying? They're going to really get behind her and help her get through this initially anyway. But I think, it's going to be a good thing to see. A lot of
absolutely. And After Buzzers, it is time for us to get out of here. But as always, we want to thank you so much for supporting us and the rest of the shows on the network. If you like what you see, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment to AfterBuzz TV on YouTube, and keep up with us on our social media handles. Birthday girl Regina Coles, where can they keep up with you?
All right. Well, you can keep up with me, and you all have been wonderful. I am on Instagram, Regina Coles, Twitter, Regina Coles, Facebook, Regina Coles, COLES, guys. Thank you so much.
Straight to the point. We love it. QueenEsther.
Of course, thank you so much, guys. You can catch me on Instagram and Facebook, QueenEsther E, all one word, and also my YouTube page, QueenEsther Ekanem, and Ekanem is Ekanem. I am the only Ekanem on YouTube. I hope. But
Period.
QueenEsther Ekanem.
And as always, you guys can catch me on Instagram at The World According to Eric, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Eric Devontae. And until next time, I will see you. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye. Stay safe.
See you
Be
soon.
healthy.
Come back.
Wear your mask.
Yes.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only.